This is the story of a house, not any ordinary house, but a house where the family plot leads through a creaking front door, where spooky rooms stretch, and all foolish mortals are welcome. A house known as the Haunted Mansion.
Speaking of tombstones quake,
Some doctors wake and wake,
happy haunts materialize,
and we begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Even with 999 grim grinning ghosts, there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers?
You gotta love the fact that this pretty much used part of Phantom Manor back in the day. I don't know when this ad came out, but to see Phantom Manor kind of mixed in there is a little bit crazy. Hi everybody, NG5 here once again. And today I'm going to be looking at the Walt Disney World version of the Haunted Mansion. Now you're probably wondering, wait, isn't it basically a beat for beat of the original Anaheim? Well, yes and no. The Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion obviously had a lot more land going for it, and there's some things that haven't changed. Let's see who used that clip though, because I'm going to do the whole verbal disclaimer bit. This was uploaded, the ad you saw, and hopefully you heard it. It was uploaded by Brian Aitken. This was uploaded all the way back in 2007, so that's kind of crazy. We're going to be doing another little walkthrough of sorts, and it's by DLP Welcome. And I'm thinking now, because of the P, I originally thought this was going to be it was Disneyland Paris. But no, it turns out to be Disneyland Parks, I believe. So there's that for it. So the whole verbal disclaimer again is I'm only using this for entertainment purposes only. And possibly educational, but I'm not trying to put a profit on it. It's only used for entertainment purposes only. So give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. So anyway, let me talk a little bit about the Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion. After this was the second mansion to and hello Doug, I see you in the chat there. So the Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion came out in 1971, and unlike the Southern Antebellum Mansion that makes up the Disneyland Haunted Mansion, Imagineers wanted to go with something a little different. So they decided to, they did a little bit of scrounging around the United States, and they came across a Dutch Gothic not haunted, but they came across a Dutch Gothic style house up in Pennsylvania, and it's specifically Pocono. And for all the NASCAR fans out there, we know about the Pocono Raceway, which I think is kind of cool. But anywho, the Imagineers found this particular mansion, which actually worked really well for them. And they decided to model the Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion off this one house in the Jim Thorpe area in Pocono, Pennsylvania. And by default, that's what the Tokyo Disneyland version is modeled after too. And I'll show that briefly in this particular video. But without further ado, I am going to get started with the kind of a walkthrough of what's going to be going on in this spooky house. So share screen, and again, this is by Disneyland Parks Welcome. That's the channel I'm going to be showing. It's for entertainment purposes only. So let's get started. I do like that intro they do though. It's really cool. And sorry if there's all the stuff here. They customized it basically, but this is the entrance to the Haunted Mansion in Disney World. And by the title card, and you see right here, you can't tell me, like I said with the others, this one's kind of borderline. It's like in between the California and the Paris Haunted Mansion exteriors. This has a very menacing style kind of look to it. There's the book says this has like a claw-like appearance and it looks like it's ready to just jump out of its foundation and attack you. But it also still has a bit of cleanliness to it. You can obviously there's a bit of like dust and stuff, and there's a conservatories here, and on the out, excuse me, and that's sick. I just had something catch in my throat. On the outside of the conservatory, you can't tell that there's that premature funeral going on the inside, which I think is pretty darn dope. But let's keep going here. And yeah, I'll briefly show the differences with this and Florida. Oh, this tombstone's really cool. This is a neat little animatronic, and it's also supposed to be where Madame Leota's body is actually buried. If you didn't see it, I'll play it again. It's a little bit subtle when you're far away from it, but if you look closely, her eyes open up and she looks around, and then she goes back to closing her eyes, which is really cool. It's a little subtle, but it's really cool. And unlike the Haunted Mansion in Anaheim or the one in Disneyland Paris, instead of walking through the side door in Anaheim or through the front door in Paris, you walk in through the basement, or at least a sub-level, I think. And I like that little touch down there. There's a fireplace down there that has a little face in it. And the portrait here is only in Florida and Tokyo, and it's actually changing if you watch it closely, which is really cool. And now he is a skeleton.
Welcome.
Is this pre-2007 or post-2007?
I am your host, your ghost host. Our tour begins here in this gallery. Here, where you see paintings of some of our guests.
The ghost host dialogue is also a tad different in
Kindly step all the way in,
okay,
please.
give me 1 second, Jonah.
There's no turning
I think this is
now.
Alright, I think this is pre-2007, but I could be wrong. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to send 2 people the link. Let's see, hang on a second. I got to get the link. And then one other person. Who else? Well, I guess that'll do for now. Let's see, is this pre-2007 or post-2007? Give me a second. This was filmed. This is 2019, so I'm hoping the new effects and all that are gonna be in this. I really hope so. Let's see. Clicking. Okay, Jonah, I sent you the link. You should be in soon.
Separate wall and gather tightly in the dead center of the room to better view the portraits.
It's pre-2007. I'm actually gonna stop the video here because I don't. It's a little bit weird when you don't hear the what's the word I'm looking for? Let's see. Give me a second. There's a good one. Sorry, I'm trying to find the one that has the new sound effects and all that because that one is actually really spooky. But one like the full ride or whatever. Let's see. I keep clicking Discord by accident.
Good evening, DJ.
Hi, Tom Edward 2 Henry 3. How are you?
I'm fine. Wait, I'm not Thomas Edward 2 Henry 3.
You know, I'm just poking fun at you right now.
I know. I figured
I know what you're trying to do.
I know. So we talking about my hometown mansion.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the full ride in Florida with the new effects.
Here, I can help you out with that. So since we're here now, would you mind if I discussed my personal experiences with the Haunted Mansion with everybody again? Since
Okay, I'm gonna be using LMG Vids video. This one was basically brand new. Let me just double check. Let me just listen to it real quick. Oh, and no, that's with the whole pandemic thing. They completely eliminated the stretching room. Dang it.
So let's just say, yeah, let's find maybe one from like 2019 with the stretching room attached.
Yeah, hang on. Let me double check. Found it. It's the same guy, LMG Vids, but it has the stretching room. This is from March. I'll share it in a second. And I was explaining how the whole thing got started back in 71. So let me share screen here. And we'll do like basically an audio commentary over the whole thing. I know there's no one watching, but I don't care. Wait, did it screen share? Oh, wait, no. Wait, what? Ah, it's not responding. This is the last thing I need is while I'm doing my live stream, Google Chrome decides to kill itself.
Oh dear. That does sound dreadful, doesn't it?
Bruh, I don't need that right now.
Sorry.
I don't know why it's all of a sudden decided to do a big nope. This is so aggravating. It's still going, like the stream is still going in the background, which is crazy. But if my thing dies out or whatever, then I just can't figure out why it's doing this. This is so weird. Let's see. Maybe if I turn off something here. Obviously, they can still hear us because there's that one person that's still in the live stream. I don't know if it's you or not.
Ooh, and yes, I have changed my icon to the ghost train.
Okay, I'm gonna try something real quick. I'm gonna disconnect my internet and then come back and see if that fixed the problem. Hang on.
Okay.
If I go out for a minute, that's only because I'm trying to fix the issue.
All right. Well, I will be waiting here, and I will be, I guess, interacting with the crowd and keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill Chrome for a minute and then come right back.
Very well. Is the stream going to end, or how's that going to work?
I think it's still going to go, but if it ends, I'll just do a part 2. So
sounds like all right.
I'll be right back.
So everybody, I'm alone with you, and tonight you're all in for a special treat. Yes. How about it? So, I gotta think of something good to say.
There we go.
There you are. I've been expecting you.
Really? Let me grab my vodka. Make myself at home. Anyway. Let's see. Which one is the best? Okay, found it. I think. See, is this the right one? Wait, I gotta. I have to sign back into YouTube. That way, the ads don't pop up at the most inconvenient points. You know. Don't you just hate that? You're trying to get rid of an ad.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna help you try. I'm gonna pull up. Start playing "This Is Howie" in the background for me while I look up.
I found the video. I'm just booting up my phone so I can get a so I can verify that it's me logging in, because I enabled the two-step verification. Yada yada yada.
Boys
It's a
and
little
girls
annoying.
of every age, would you like to see something strange? Just and you will see. More time.
Oh, for a second I couldn't make out the skull on your on the train. It's like I can see it, but at the same time I can't. So it's just like, okay then. Let's see. Let me try again. Kind of work. So I'll just turn off my phone. That way, my. Come on. See, folks, this is the joy of doing a live stream, because anything can happen.
Oh, you should have seen the live stream I did sometime back. Something went like haywire when I tried to did it. When I tried and did it.
Sounds wonderful.
Was that James in the background?
No, that was my dad.
Oh, I guess he heard your frustrations.
Yeah, I didn't word that correctly. I tried to. I think it was my grammar.
Oh.
But what I was trying to say is I did a live stream a month or two back, and it went well. I ended up cutting out for a small portion of the stream because of internet issues.
I know, that's what happened to me just now. I think it was just being, internet was being a piece of shite, which I am not happy about. Okay, now I got it. Let's try that again. So share screen, share audio, share. Yay! It's not doing anything stupid. Okay, so so a little verbal disclaimer again. This video is owned by LMG Vids. You can see his name in the bottom left. And I like this. You're up close and personal with the headstones in the Florida version, unlike the one in California.
Wait, is this the one prior to or after the
Post I almost said 2017. Post 2007. And there is James.
Hello, James. Welcome aboard the Haunted Man. Oh, welcome, foolish mortal.
Did you just say Haunted Mansion?
Yes.
Yep. At Walt Disney World in Florida, my home haunted mansion, actually.
Yep. So
hello,
Ricardo's watching, so yeah,
hello,
I love
Ricardo.
this new interactive queue for when you're waiting in line in either the hot sun or the rain or whatever.
This is the POV vid, isn't it?
Is it what?
The point of view video, or POV.
Yes, it is. Oh yeah, that organ blasts air at you.
Ooh, that must feel good in a hot, sunny Florida day.
Probably, and then you can touch that, and you can play the grinning ghost things or whatever.
Can you just imagine baking in the hot sun and you have that blast of air in your face?
But it feels so good.
I know, right? Oh, interesting fact about the I don't know if it's with this I think it is with this version of the mansion. In the graveyard, there's actually a statue of Mr. Toad, which is meant as kind of a memorial
Inside
of
joke.
sorts. Yeah, to
Huh.
to the Walt Disney World version of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which
Oh yeah, there's the captain. Here floats the captain. Apparently well, Ricardo, I don't know if you know anything about the Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion. Let's see. Oh, that's the bookshelf thing. You have to keep shoving books back into the shelves because the books keep. Yeah. Get the books. Get the books.
makes you wonder, doesn't it?
I can just see someone like getting out like a not a club, but like something and just start hitting the books like, get back in there. Now this looks cool. I'd love to do this.
Yes, that's it.
Want to install too. This is the NVMe.
I think they use there's like a little there might be like a little hidden camera there or something where like the writer has like writer's block or something, and then you provide like maybe a word or a synonym that helps her go over that writer block.
Ooh, nice. Oh, and
Ricardo will tell you in the live stream like what's going on here, okay?
So what if you say something random like Pingus and she just agrees?
That sounds like something Mr. Cool Blue would have done. He just throws in random memes. Some
Do
are
not ever
appropriate,
mention
some just
or
like
compare
Brad.
anyone to that.
Oh, we're going inside already.
People will tell you.
Oh yeah, one thing I want to mention, and I know Jonah knows about it, is
you don't have the internet connected at the time of install. So if you were to plug in right now, your Ethernet cable. It would
you want to know what's in the background? That's my dad, so we could just ignore it and move on.
oh.
He's watching
But
a
what I was
YouTube
gonna
video.
say was with the California version of the Haunted Mansion, you go in through a little side door into the foyer. In Jonah's hometown Haunted Mansion, you go underneath the house into like a basement thingy.
It's either going to restart the Windows
And then the one in Paris, you enter through the front door.
Smart enough to recognize, hey, there's an OS on this hard drive.
Turn this up a little.
Let's move forward on that. If it brings up the screen again, where it's like,
Oh look, he is a skeleton already.
you let to move forward, blah, blah, blah. Then what you would do is you would unplug the drive.
And it's a little hard to see, but there is a fireplace
Alright, so
under
now
there,
that
which
I
is
see
kind of
on the
cool.
screen, you're booted up with the hard drive or the SSD.
You guys still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Yeah, now the ghost host is the skeleton in the above the fireplace.
Okay, so one interesting thing to note about this version of the stretching room is the fact the matter is, unlike the Disneyland version, which obviously stretches downwards, which
Yeah,
this one
ceiling-
stretches upwards. Like it actually stretches upwards.
Yeah, it's like a reverse elevator, but you're not moving, the ceiling is. So it's like a reverse engineered elevator, which is
that is the mechanics of the room. To
Yep.
create that illusion that the room is stretching.
you can see like in the painting like where that stretch like where it stretches out or whatever. There's like a little folded spot or whatever. But if you listen But if you listen carefully, you can actually hear the room like stretching, which is so cool.
Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? And consider this dismay.
I love it. It sounds so cool.
This chamber has no windows and no doors.
This chilling challenge.
The thing I will say though, it's a little hard to hear because no one will shut up in the gallery.
To find a way out.
But even here it changed too, like the sounds.
There's always my way.
Okay, the way out is death.
The way out is through hanging yourself. Great.
Happy, but children's fun for everyone. Yay!
And I remember the big difference
poor
between
Oh,
you
go
know
ahead.
Yeah, here's the crazy part is after you leave the stretching room, you're pretty much dumped into the load area.
Yeah.
And then the hallway of changing portraits, that's actually on the ride itself, and as opposed
Right,
to
it's just rearranged basically. And the load area in this version just looks so much better.
Ugh.
But what if someone wants to do a standing ovation? See, this looks like a proper haunted house here.
I do wonder why they made this version of the hallway of changing portraits like this as opposed to the original.
From what I remember, it used to be the eyes would just follow you. But this room here is not in Disneyland. This is like a Walt Disney World exclusive.
Exactly.
And the busts that follow you. It's scary and slightly... Will you stop it?
Well, that's...
It's better than the creepy stalking eyeballs of the paintings.
Look at the way the guy's hands are going down on the keys. It's like... I don't think you're supposed to play a piano like that. Oh, but this... Is this... Yes! This is so much better than what it used to be. Which way is up? You don't know. That was added after 2007, the endless staircase, and that looks so cool.
Oh, God.
Here's another bit that's an upgrade to the Disneyland version. The wallpaper is glaring at you.
Ooh, spooky.
And now we're pretty much back at that little room there, and now we're just basically back in Disneyland.
During the holidays, Zero the Ghost Dog actually flies down those halls.
Well, that's in California. And in Tokyo. For some reason, Florida's like, we don't need it.
Us in Florida, we're not as fortunate. Well, not in Florida, but us on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Why does our state suck?
I don't know. Now we're pretty much in the Disneyland equivalents. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Shut the fuck up, clock.
Please, security question. What was your first pet's name?
Let's see what's going on.
Mars.
The thing I like over the Disneyland, the Disneyland Paris version over the Walt Disney World version of this is, like, you can tell that you're in a seance room in Disneyland Paris. This one, not so much.
I see.
Okay, I'm bored.
Now we're in the ballroom scene.
Yeah, and when I did my thing yesterday with Phantom Manor, I mentioned I did not... Wait, did I exit full screen? Why did I exit full screen? There we go. Oh, wait. That was weird. There we go.
You?
Yes.
You sound like one of the little pop-up ghosts in the attic. Yeah, that bitch, what?
Whoa,
You're the bitch.
Oh yeah, and then Walt Disney World incorporated the whole attic scene from California. I think California came up with it first. Yeah, everyone's heads are getting chopped off.
I do wonder if Walt Disney World's mansion will ever get the hot Hatbox Ghost at some point.
I get the feeling it could. Let's see it.
I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to implement.
No,
They
let's
did
see where
mention
it
something about a sequel,
turns.
movie
It's a little
sequel,
hard to see.
where they include
So-
the body ghost.
Yeah, it could work because there's that corner right here. Yeah, he can fit.
And now we're in the best scene in the entire ride. Because I mean, you gotta admit, Grim Grinning Ghost is just awesome.
normally when you hear the playful spooks have interrupted our tour, normally one of two things happen. They usually have to stop the ride to let a handicapped person on or off, or someone was dicking around with flash
There's this novel
photography.
spyware that Windows wants to automatically install, and they want your permission to do it.
Have you ever noticed that? You ever notice that? There's those two instances. It's a handicapped person or someone dicking around with their flash.
Oh, I know. I would use flash
I could see the person take. This is just in a comical sense, but I could see someone who uses flash photography or whatever. They get bitch slapped the moment they get off the ride. Like by their sibling or their parents, like, why'd you take flash photography when they said not to?
Ethernets in most of these now are usually one of three types: Intel, real.
Hey Jonah, I think the Walt Disney World graveyard scene's a little bigger than the one in California, isn't it?
I'm actually not too sure. The one there was only one ride through I did at the Magic Kingdom Haunted Mansion with my eyes fully open. Remember that?
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
I told you that?
Yeah, you did. Now here's where it changes. This is a really cool thing they did. I am so surprised that Disneyland has yet to do this. Watch what happens with the hitchhiking ghosts.
They're all CGI!
No, watch what he does. They all do their own. See, they all do their own little thing every time you go past them, which is so cool.
It is really cool. Although I know a lot of people complain about the CG for.
It's so neat, though. I just wish Disneyland would do that. That would be really cool.
Watching the film.
We're not connected to the internet yet. That's perfectly fine.
Sounds like your dad's doing computer tech stuff.
He is. He's watching YouTube videos like computer stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Speaking of, going back into what we were discussing or what I mentioned earlier. For those of you who did not watch one of the earlier streams, I don't even remember what stream that was off the top of my head. I remember as a kid, I was very scared of the Haunted Mansion because I thought that, well, it's a Haunted Mansion. I would assume, I automatically assumed it was going to be scary.
Right.
So
I'm in agreement with you here in California, Jonah. When I went on the Haunted Mansion in California, I was expecting a legit scary ride. And being 5 years old, I almost peed my pants in the stretching room and screamed like a little bitch at one point.
Your pants in that?
Yeah, when the whole lights went out and the lightning flashed, I almost peed my pants and screamed like a bitch. I was like,
oh, that slaps me on the knee.
No, that slaps me on the ass.
But yeah, still, it took me. I did one ride through the Haunted Mansion on my first trip to Walt Disney World 2008. I remember I had my eyes closed the entire time. Then we got out. I sat on a little bench outside the attraction. I remember crying, and then Mom feeding me some Lego gummies. And then the second trip on my 2012, the second trip I did the ride. I managed to open my eyes a little bit, but I still kept them very tightly closed. And then comes the third and final, my third and final ride. And because I wanted to go ride the Grand Circle Tour of the Magic Kingdom on board the train. And Mom said the only way you're going to do that is by braving the Haunted Mansion. And, well, I was like, I had to relent. And you know what? I did it with my eyes entirely open, and now I am dying to ride the Haunted Mansion again.
You and me both, and it's just like, I want to go back to Disneyland, and if I have to, I'll go to Disney World, because I know it's open to limited capacity, and, I'd like to go back to Disneyland Paris again. But yeah, like I said, the first time I rode the Haunted Mansion, I almost pissed my pants and screamed like a little bitch. But granted, I was 5 years old, so cut me some slack.
I was about the same age as you actually on that trip, because I was born in 2003. I was actually 5 years old as well. So Talk about a coincidence.
Well, that mean when I was in 2000. You went 2008.
Yeah,
Dude, you went on your mansion 10 years after I went in mine.
What?
That
Like-
is crazy.
The amount of coincidences here is absolutely
Uncanny.
nuts.
Okay, I
You
want
guys sound like a
to
bunch
do
of schoolgirls.
Sickly. Sorry, I had to do that. But now I want to go
Besides,
to.
I know.
Wait.
Oh, before we continue, I do know one thing that's scarier than the Haunted Mansion.
Yes, the season
What?
25.
The season 25 reboot.
No.
I'm sorry.
Why,
I
Mattel? Why?
do have to admit
This is why I'll stick to seasons 1 through 8 and some of the CGI.
Yeah.
I'll say this briefly. When I heard that they were making the transition from models to CGI, I was a little apprehensive about it because I didn't know what the heck they were gonna do. But then once the CGI thing came out, I'm like, well, there's a lot more stuff they can work with, and expressions and voice acting. So
And it provides with more resources for storytelling.
exactly, and some of
smoke
the
from
episodes are
models
just
is actually harmful as heck.
right. But here's the thing: is it looks good, it sounds good, and yes, towards the end of the CGI era, it started to get a little dorky, but that's okay. But now they want to go in this Caillou-esque approach. No thanks. It screams lazy and not giving a shit about the older audiences.
that's true.
Judy isn't actually too lazy.
I will
Still,
admit,
it looks horrible. It's like they looked at Caillou. It's like, how can we turn Thomas into that? Oh yeah, let's do that.
admittedly,
I'm Thomas.
oh no! You're giving me memories of
Someone
those
actually quoted that they actually gave Thomas a straight running board and said, "Oh, they care about the railway series." Meh, meh, meh. I don't think anyone would agree.
I think even Reverend Audrey said that something like this would happen, and he's probably rolling over in his grave right now.
Really?
Yeah, he's
That
been
comment again?
blah, blah.
It's been a while since I heard that one.
Dude, just getting off point here. It's just I will still be a classic Thomas fan. Like from seasons 1 to 8, I will still words. I will rewatch those episodes faithfully, and I guess you could say I've kind of semi-left the fandom because of what's happening in season 25. But I'm still a classic Thomas fan, no lie. And I'll support a little bit of the CG because some of the voice acting is awesome. I will admit, Emily in both US and UK, she sounds amazing. But James will always be my favorite character.
My friend Madison would agree with you on that point.
Shione.
Shut up.
Speaking of which,
Thomas loves Missy Palmer.
I love messing with people sometimes.
Oh, speaking of which, if I may add a little bit of something here, one thing I will say, the only positive thing I see with this new season 25 reboot, well, two things actually. One, I do think the face looks kind of cute. Honestly, I mean, the rest of the model, not my favorite. And
I'll agree on that. You're right. The face does look kind of cute, and finally they gave Thomas an eye color.
No, I mean, yeah. Let's see. Hang on. I think I did see something that. Guess what? The picture was.
It's like Casey Jr. and old Thomas had a demented love child, and this is it.
I see. Oh, speaking
of which, crossover in My Little Pony.
Oh, speaking of which, it's something on Twitter. They said the picture in fact is fan made. So,
if somehow Mattel decides to use that, I'm still kind of scared as to what's going to happen regardless.
I think it's gonna end up like the Magical Birthday Wishes shorts. I'll bet you that. Anyway, moving back to the Haunted Mansion.
Can you imagine a kid who actually watched the model series and he's like, "Mommy, I'm frightened."
I've been scarred for life, Mom. Help!
All right, then. I suppose we.
Yeah, let's get back to the mansion because I know we got off on a little tangent or whatever.
Yeah.
Because what's scarier than the mansion is that crazy fan made Thomas artwork or whatever.
A little side of comedy always makes an episode work.
Yeah, I'm gonna share screen something. I want to go to Japan, so to speak, the three of us, because the virus has screwed everything over.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to go to Japan.
Well, let's visit this house right now. This
yeah! Tokyo Disneyland's Haunted Mansion, which is basically the same as the Magic Kingdoms.
Yeah, this is by Attractions 360. What the They just skipped to the load area. I am not... Okay, forget that. F that. I'm not gonna... Nothing against SoCal Attractions 360, but when you shorten it like that, it's like, nope, so much nope.
We want to see
here we
the
go.
whole thing. Yeah, damn it.
Ooh. Let's see. Can I use this one? Yeah, I'm going to use this one because it jumps right to the foyer. Wait, let me double check. Does it go to the stretching room? Let's see.
People are probably going to hate me for the comments about season 25 earlier.
It's fine. Okay, LMG Vids does it again. Perfect. Yay. Okay.
I imagine some of the audio in this is going to be Japanese. And
yeah.
Well,
I'll explain why I like this one. Okay, there we go. Okay.
This one actually does have Haunted Mansion Holiday. I know that for certain.
Yeah, and it's actually really good. A lot of Japanese people love the Haunted Mansion Holiday.
It's the closest we are ever going to get to a Haunted Mansion Holiday at the Magic Kingdom, at least for now.
Or Anime Night Before Christmas.
Yes.
No.
One thing I noticed about the exterior, look at how dilapidated that looks. Like, there's a whole bunch of rocks and boulders that have broken open the crypts and all that. Like, this is supposed... But yeah, this video is by LMG Vids as well. And one more time with a verbal disclaimer, I don't own any of this. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now that shot there looks really cool, though. With the fact that the roots are breaking through the brickwork, that's really cool.
Who is the decorator? This is so fabulous.
There is a spoopy open crypt. I wonder where it goes. Death's at the back like, the hell are you doing in my house, bro?
Speaking of which,
get out of here.
I would absolutely love to, I think there's a rumor going around, or at least I've heard some rumblings that Tokyo Disneyland's version of Haunted Mansion Holiday was originally meant for the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I heard that too. Like they were gonna do it for Florida, but then it moved to Japan for some reason. And there's even rumors going.
I think it's because they think this Magic Kingdom is more of a vacation destination than Disneyland is, so they were a little more hesitant to do something like that. They wanted to make.
And the crazy thing is I've heard rumors that Disneyland Paris's mansion might get the holiday layover.
You mentioned that,
I mentioned that yesterday. Yeah. That would be pretty cool, honestly. You'd have to switch out animatronics, of course.
A little strange, though, considering the darker tone of Phantom Manor.
Yeah.
I actually think it may benefit from a more unique holiday overlay.
Yeah. That lady's like, no video taking. It's like, screw you.
The only sure way to actually get any content of the ride is actually wear a hidden camera.
At least in Japan. I don't know what the Ghost Host is saying in Japanese. It's probably the same thing in the American, but it just sounds so cool.
It does. Where can I get this guy to hire? Is this guy voiced any animes?
I think the Ghost Host in Japan does, but I can't remember when. The audio cut out.
Well, that's unfortunate.
But this is like the old Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion, because you can see the eyes are following you. I wish that the whole thing had played through the stretching room, but whatever. There's the fisherman. That was a concept art, actually.
Yes, originally if I might share some interesting backstory, there was originally the Haunted Mansion was going to be under the ownership of a guy named Captain Gore, who was an old.
Yeah, that was one of the original concepts.
And it was actually going to tie with Pirates of the Caribbean much more than
Yeah, that's what I heard too. There's the guy. You don't play a piano like that, pal. Just slamming your fist down like. Ugh. Let's see. Do they have the pre-2007 room or? Yep, it's nothing but blackness. You know it's a night vision cam. Yeah. That's a little bit of a disappointment. Why doesn't the Tokyo Disneyland Haunted Mansion have that really cool endless staircase effect, you know?
Well, I guess Japan's just... I don't know.
Oh, there's the safety spiel. And I'm going to say something at the end which I think some people can relate to.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear it.
Now, I actually would have loved to hear Vincent Price's take on the stateside haunted mansions.
If only. Okay, I'm bored.
And I know that's a little bit strange, but I would legitimately love to have heard that.
In there. Why do you need night vision?
Because this camera apparently is kind of crappy. Nothing against LMG vids. Yeah, it is pretty dark, so you have to switch on night vision. But I don't think it uses flash. It's just so you can see.
Even cameras and phones get better visuals than that.
See, now we're back. Now we're back in that quarter of doors thing, and it feels like home here.
Okay.
Oh, that was cool. I saw some dust actually come off the door. Look. Up here. You can see some dust or something coming out of the door frame. That's so cool.
Uh-huh.
Click. Click.
Click.
Click.
Click. Click.
Okay, that's weird. Madame Leota isn't dubbed in Japanese.
It's time to respond.
What the fuck?
Well, there is some English dialogue in at Tokyo Disneyland.
No, I know, but still, you'd think that every now and then she would speak in Japanese. Ooh, spooky ghosty.
With your tambourine. Creepies and crawlies, toads in a pond. Let there be music from regions beyond.
It's a little hard to hear the ghost house, but again, he speaks in Japanese.
I do not know any.
The only two things I know how to say in Japanese are a formal greeting, which is konnichiwa, and also sayonara.
Well, I know a little bit, but Japanese, but like very, very little. And you know what? I ain't gonna try it because I'm gonna sound like a weeaboo if I do.
You sound a weeaboo.
Everyone from America sounds like weeaboos if they try to speak Japanese.
I do not want to be labeled as a weeaboo.
Yeah, this is the Tokyo Disneyland version is essentially like pre-2007 for Walt Disney World, and it's like the old Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. It's simple, it's scary. Yeah, the attic hasn't changed to the Black Widow Bride. It's like what it used to be.
The infamous Beating Heart Bride.
Thump, thump, thump,
Thump, thump, thump, thump, thump. So, yep, that ain't conscious hatchaway, children.
No, again, the Tokyo one's just basically like pre-2007 or whatever, which is crazy. And yeah, it's interesting, the graveyard scene's in English too.
I guess some things may just be a little bit too hard to dub in Japanese.
Yeah, can you imagine how weird it would sound for grinning ghosts in Japanese? You'd have all this weird extra stuff and the beat would all be off.
It just sounds so awkward, and I think that's probably why they did that for some of this.
Mm-hmm. Under night vision, the caretaker looks real.
Heck, I wouldn't even be surprised if they brought in a live actor to do that at some point.
They did that for the 50th anniversary out here. They brought in a couple live actors, which is awesome.
I kind of wish they do that for Walt Disney World's mansion.
They'll have to do that next year.
Oh yeah, man. 50 years of the Magic Kingdom, and hopefully the river will be back open by then. It's been down since December of 2 years ago, actually. It's been down even longer than Disneyland, the Disneyland Railroad, and it makes this boy sad.
Something tells me even in the graveyard scene they use real plants. I don't know why.
That wouldn't be too surprising.
In the movie, Disney ride actually allowed the producers to actually borrow some of the tombstones.
Who? What?
When they produced the Haunted Mansion movie, the Walt Disney engineers actually allowed the producers to borrow some of the tombstones for the film, for the graveyard.
From the ride, yeah. See, these guys, the hitchhiking ghosts are just like the ones in California.
So it's got the old animatronic versions of...
Yeah, they just look around, do absolutely nothing.
They just kind of bob. You know,
They're like, what's up, what's up, what's up? Like, do something!
Can they see us? No, don't be stupid. You can't see us.
Yes, I can. I'm looking at you in your stupid hat.
Oh!
Don't listen to him. He's lying.
Come on, let's get out of here. I swear he was looking right at me.
He's psychic.
Those guys are good. So yeah, what I was gonna say is it's essentially a beat for beat, the Tokyo one at obviously Tokyo Disneyland. It's basically beat for beat of Walt Disney World pre-2007, and it looks a lot like the Haunted Mansion from Disneyland, with like how basic it is. And I call it the anime haunted house because of how over the top the ghost host goes, which I just find funny. Lols.
No.
I expect at one point.
If I could physically send my hands through the screen, I will literally punch the next person who pulls up that meme.
But you know, with the whole ghost host laughing or whatever, there's a point in the stretcher where he just starts laughing his head off. I'm like, you're not in anime, dummy. You're in a haunted house.
Haunted Mansion, the anime.
Where one person dies and they have like 15 different screams and different shots.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the one in Florida, obviously it's in Liberty Square. Like the one out here in California, it's in
New Orleans Square.
Yeah,
the one Phantom Manor's located in Frontierland. This one's located in Fantasyland. And then there's also a Mystic Manor down in Hong Kong Disneyland, which is sort of like the Haunted Mansion, but not. It's in its own.
It's its own little thingy.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, the Haunted Mansion is actually the only Disney attraction that has its own. Well, that is in a different land in every single Disney theme park around the world, and that's actually pretty cool.
Every single Disneyland in the world is personalized.
Exactly. And the one in Tokyo, because it's in Fantasyland, I found that out. It's because ghosts, spooks, and all that fall under fantasy. So once upon a time, there was a haunted house. It's like, Mommy, what kind of fairy tale is that? It's from Japan. Deal with it.
Oh, speaking of which, you know this.
Hello?
If it's even. You know one thing I would honestly really love to see somebody do with the Haunted Mansion?
Wow.
I want to see somebody hack Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube and mod the entire game with basically where Luigi can explore Disney's Haunted Mansion. Like, how cool would that be?
The only way I can think of someone doing that is if they took the PS2 version or the GameCube version of the Haunted Mansion video game and swapped out Zeke, Zeke from the video game, and replaced it with Luigi.
But, like, seriously, But I mean, an idea for I think it's an interesting concept for a mod, honestly, because
that's what I'm saying. That could work.
Well, there are video game modders out there, so I'm pretty sure you've pretty much given someone the idea.
Yeah, someone's in their basement going, I think I know what to do now. I just need to swap mods.
This is perfect.
Oh gosh.
I was trying to sound like a nerd, not like a creepy Gollum character.
Mal. Press.
Oh no!
Hey, Gollum pulls out a Tommy gun.
Well,
It.
looks like I finally reached.
So yeah, Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, the Walt Disney World one is obviously a little bit scarier. It's apparently a little more intense. So little children should not go on it because they will piss their pants.
Or if you're a brave child, you could certainly give it a shot.
Yeah. And if you're up for a weird anime kind of experience, go to Tokyo.
La da da da, da 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 da.
Urge to kill rising.
Jonah, you better run.
Whoa!
Anyway, so yeah, bottom line, I'd say the Walt Disney World version is definitely the scariest, but it's not the darkest. The darkest one goes to Phantom Manor because of its overlying story.
What darkness?
But Walt Disney World isn't even that scary, to be honest.
It's a little more intense, really, than the other mansions. If you want just a trip down,
Disney is to have heart.
Well, here's the thing: if you want a nice trip down nostalgia lane, go to the one in California. If you want a similar experience but just a little more scariness, go to Florida. If you want a completely different experience where you're in a very dark rendition of the same ride, go to Paris. And if you want to put yourself into an anime, go to Tokyo.
Haunted Mansion anime coming out 2021.
And then if you're looking for a unique mansion that isn't haunted but has like references, I guess go to Hong Kong. Which I might review maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'll review it. I mean, shoot, I want to review the Tower of Terror now in Japan. I brushed on it briefly when I was talking about the Tower of Terror here in California and Florida.
Oh my goodness, that would be awesome because it's a really interesting attraction that ties into the Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
You know what? Let's do it. I'll edit the title of the live stream or whatever.
All right, so we're digging into Japan's Tower of Terror now. All right, sounds like a plan.
All right, and it's LMG Vids once again.
Called the Monster Hotel.
Yes. Okay. So, if I might provide a little bit of background information, if you're fine with this.
Okay, I got the thing up, but go ahead.
All right. So, both of you know how the Tower of Terrors at both Magic Kingdom, at both Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or Disneyland's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, Disney's California Adventure, or actually in Disneyland Paris and formerly Disney's California Adventure.
Still not happy what happened after 2017. Guardians.
Well, so yeah, those are all based on the Twilight Zone. However, in Japan, where the Twilight Zone isn't as well known, so what they did here is they've basically come up with an interesting story. And so, DJ, have you heard of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers?
Yeah, it's actually mentioned in the Haunted Mansion book for when they were talking about Mystic Manor. Lord Henry Mystic was amongst that group, and I guess you could say he was friends with Harrison Hightower.
Yes,
who owns this hotel.
Indeed. So, for those of you who are watching currently,
well, there's no one watching, but if you're watching afterwards,
the Society of Explorers and Adventurers is basically a group of people that basically ties all Disney parks around the world together. Another notable member of C is Mr. Barnabas T. Bullion, who is the owner of the Big Thunder Mountain Mining Company at Walt Disney World.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's a part of that. That's cool.
Yes. Anyway, George Harrison Hightower. That's our focus for tonight for this trip. He is the
Yes.
owner of the Tokyo Tower of Terror, and he does. He is.
Well,
He was
let's talk a little about the backstory as we're going into this. Let's get
Of course.
started.
Just play
So
the damn vid.
I am playing the damn vid. Anyway, this is supposed to be New York City. The environment, it's supposed to be New York City, even though I don't see any other landmarks, but whatever.
Speaking of
But-
which, I did forget to mention this earlier, but I believe that Disneyland Paris's Tower of Terror actually has a somewhat new story as well. If I'm not
It's a
mistaken.
little different, but it's still connected to the Twilight Zone.
Yes, but I think they've been trying to drop the Twilight Zone references from that.
Wait, is that the Queen Mary in the background? That looked like the Queen Mary. What the fuck?
Let me get
Look
you
at that!
some-
It looks like, look at that right there. It looks like the Queen Mary or the Titanic. What the fuck?
Nani?
Oh yeah. Oh my, you are moshinator.
Nani?
Seriously, that looks like the Titanic or Queen Mary in the background. Then again, we are in New York City, so I'd say this is Titanic or something in the background. Would have thought. They raised her. Oh, wait, I know
You
someone
think
that'd
so?
Wait, then that means I know a certain someone that would be happy, but whatever.
Who, me or James?
Glenn. Well, then again, if he
Oh.
were to go to Tokyo Disneyland, if Glenn were to go, I can see him enjoying this little part. That'd be kind of nice.
All right, let's just not talk about Glenn.
Yeah, let's not. Or I will punch you in the face.
What did Hightower find on his expedition?
His final expedition.
A pingus?
Oh, that's a
Dead
good
man
meme.
kiss.
I will say, look at that mural right there, and look at how. Wait, is it? I paused it at the right time. Look, it's a hidden Mickey.
Oh, boy! Oh, boy!
But yeah, I'm saying it in a positive way. If Glenn were to go to Tokyo Disneyland, he ought to visit Tokyo Disney Sea. I think he'd like it there.
Well, I mean, let's just be real here. As Disney fans, both of us know, DJ, that Tokyo Disneyland is like one of the best Disney parks ever.
So yeah, I mean, but you can't top the original.
That's true, but let's be honest. I mean, but
Tokyo Disneyland does look like a fun destination. But look at this mural in the back here. That looks really nice.
the only real
So-
issue.
So
It's-
getting into the backstory here, Harrison Hightower comes back from an expedition in Africa in, I guess, the 1890s. And if you look, like, it's a little hard to see, but there's all these murals on the ceiling here. And basically, it's all of his adventures. Like right here, you see he's on Easter Island and he's sailing away with this. But if you look in the background, the natives are chasing him.
Yeah, let's just say George Harrison Hightower's things were not
Escapades.
exactly. They weren't exactly appreciated by the locals.
I
In
mean,
fact,
how did he get two sarcophagi from Egypt?
da-da-da.
And there he is again.
And
It
who
looks
the heck
like the
scanned them?
Amazon. Yeah, he's in the Amazon or whatever. Yeah, he's going around he's globetrotting. Like, see right there, he's like down in South America. Those heads look creepy though.
Well, this is the Tower of Terror, so
But yeah, in December on New Year's Eve of 18. Okay, that looks dope right there. Look at that. That
holy
is
moly!
the dopest looking fireplace thing ever.
Oh yeah!
Gimme.
He's like the different Earl of Sodor.
But evil. Yeah, see, look, he's getting away with something here. It looks like right there, but there's the locals being like, "Get that bitch!" But getting back to the story that we'll see in a little bit, on New Year's Eve of 1899, Harrison Hightower is at a press conference, and the journalists find out about Shiriki Utundu, the idol that he got back from Africa. And they're like telling Hightower, listen, you know that there's a curse attached to that idol, right? And then he does the dumbest thing ever. He says, curse? Let me show you a curse. And jams his cigar, his lit cigar, into the forehead of Utundu. It's like, there's no such things as curses. However,
Bruh.
at midnight...
How are you so stupid?
No, and then he's going up to his office, I think on the 12th floor or the 13th floor. I can't remember which. Right 1 minute before midnight, Shariki Atundu comes to life and then basically, I don't think he kills Hightower, but he makes him disappear.
So sort of like him going into the Twilight Zone, similar to...
Yeah, you'll see why in a little bit. But there he is in front of his hotel before it went to crap. And he's even got a boat named after him. Nice. But look right here. There's the reference to the Hollywood ones. You'll see every now and then that the light on the express elevator flickers on and off. Like that's the broken elevator shaft right there. Here we go. So this is before you board the elevator.
Is this an anime?
You know, another interesting tie, going back to the Haunted Mansion for a minute here, Harrison Hightower is actually related to George Hightower, who is...
like his grandfather.
Yes, the infamous Hatbox Ghost.
Huh, how about that?
So, yes.
This is a little bit crazy, look at that.
So, the Hatbox Ghost and the... So, these two are, in fact, related.
Wait, look at this. I don't know if you got plummeted into the Twilight Zone, but watch what happens when the light hits the bottom.
Whoa.
I hope that's just ink. Wait, if that's ink, was Bendy here?
Bendy and the Ink Machine?
Yes.
I've heard of the game.
Look at that, that's scary.
Oh, jeez.
No,
Okay, now we're on the elevator, I think. Yeah, we're on the elevator.
There's much to see, so look alive.
I think what I remember reading in a translation is he's saying that you guys are idiots for getting on the elevator. Why did you not listen to me? See, there he is.
I'm listening.
And right here is basically the reference to the Twilight Zone because of this star field or whatever.
Do. And let's just be real here. Most of the Japs probably not get the reference.
And this is the wave goodbye to the real world. That's the moment. This is it right here. But watch what happens in the mirror.
Oh God.
He charges at the elevator, and that's what makes it drop.
Woo! Pretty.
Whee!
Woo!
Whee!
Oh yeah!
back and forth.
Ricardo!
Oh, mamma mia!
Jeez, I hear a bunch of schoolgirls screaming their ears off.
I really like what they did with the window there. That's awesome.
Yeah, seeing it all broken like that. Oh, and the fact that Shiriki's looking at you like that is actually kind of scary. But yeah, that was the Tokyo version of Tower of Terror. And I gotta say, the fact that they came up with that story and the fact that Harrison Hightower and George Hightower are related, I guess you could say because he's Harrison Hightower the third, that probably means that there was at least, George probably had Harrison Hightower Sr., then Jr., then the third. Which makes sense. But yeah, we covered, in this particular live stream, we've covered 3 attractions, so I'll change the name of the title. And once again, all the videos you saw here were used for entertainment purposes only. So credit to LMG Vids. He got some great content. Not gonna lie about that. So what were your thoughts on I'll go first, but your thoughts on Tokyo Tower of Terror? From my perspective, it looks really fun. It really does. It's like if Indiana Jones had an evil cousin that, he's an archaeologist but takes things uncivilly, and then he gets his ass handed to him at the end.
Yeah.
I guess I could show one more video real quick.
Wow,
Wait,
1
what?
hour.
Yeah, I know. What were your thoughts on it, James?
They look very creative with the terms of the exterior of the rides and how they make it look to fit the atmosphere of the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, they look pretty fun.
What about you, Jonah?
I'm just gonna get out and say it. This is what the Tower of Terror at the American parks should have been. Like, in a completely original story that really that can take you somewhere that... Because the Twilight Zone nowadays, I hate to say it, but in terms of an IP, it's kind of fallen to the wayside in terms of popularity. Whereas something like this version of Tower of Terror, like, this really shows if you give the Imagineers the right budget, you can really fly with.
All right, I'm gonna show you two. I'm gonna play 2 more clips. Let's see. Is this age restricted? No, it's not good. Okay, so
Why would
I'm
it
gonna
be
show
age restricted?
No. The first one I'm gonna show up isn't age restricted. This is what they played. This is the ad, I guess, that played in Japan to advertise this thing. So let's take a look-see. I might have hinted at this in one of my other videos, but let's see it again. You gotta admit, the music sounds awesome in the Tokyo version.
Uh-huh.
And it's live action, too. That makes it all the more awesome. See, what they did there with those, with the different shots, like, you have I think it was, yeah. So they have, like, the Nordic, the Egyptian, and Mayan. After you leave the room with that phonograph or whatever, you would go into one of these 3 rooms before the elevator, which is really cool. I don't know what that says.
I can't read Japanese.
But yeah, this is what I was talking about with the story. New Year's Eve of 1899. Bringing in the new century.
I think most of these actors are American or European.
And then this happens.
Wait, why did a Mickey Mouse...
It's the channel icon that popped up.
Oh. I thought it was trying to censor something.
No. Also, if you look at Harrison Hightower here, he looks like Doc Brown.
Are you sure he wasn't played by Christopher Lloyd?
Right here, it looks like Doc.
Great Scott!
Tower of Terror.
You hear how
1.21 gigawatts!
Did you hear that, though? At the very end, when they said Tower of Terror, it sounded extremely strained.
Tower of Terror. Oh, jeez.
Okay, but tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing a movie, and I want you 2 there. It'll probably happen around the same time, around 2:30.
I'll try to be there, but I got Boy Scouts, so...
Okay, let's see.
I don't know.
Okay, and it's regarding a movie that absolutely sucks.
I promise you, though, if we need to save this till Wednesday, we totally can, but...
Right, but if I have to review it on my own, that's totally fine.
Well, yeah, but I'd still want to join you, so if we can do it, we can maybe just review something else on Tuesday and then look at something on...
Maybe, but I'm going to do this tomorrow. It's the Dawn of the Dead remake. The clip goes to Movie Clip Classic Trailers, so just saying that. And I'm going to explain why this movie absolutely sucks.
I don't think we need to know why it sucks. We believe you because it sucks and it's a bad movie.
And I just realized it's the Universal Pictures, the same people who did Back to the Future.
Hey, that's amazing.
Good evening.
Hey.
Hey, you.
Night. Are we in the Twilight Zone? Dawn.
Again?
Alright, the frick. Oh yeah, leave your door open. I mean, just in the trailer alone, there's already a cliche. You leave your door open and there is a zombie.
Vivian, honey, are you okay?
No, I'm a zombie, Dad. That is a little scary, though, that line there. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here. That's a little scary.
Officials have declared a state of emergency. Everybody they kill gets up and kills. Residents are advised.
I won't lie, the camera angles are actually pretty dope.
I've just been informed.
But story-wise, the movie sucks. As you said it multiple times now.
It sucks. Zombies aren't supposed to move fast. They're supposed to shamble like that.
Maybe they're coming close.
Zombies everywhere.
Sooner or later, they're gonna get in here. Our baby's slowly floating. It's only a matter of time. It's coming.
They'll find a way in.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Apparently the footage got destroyed.
And this was done in 2004.
Oh God.
Dawn of the Pingus.
I'd just be glad that Universal's Halloween Horror Nights ain't like this.
No, I know, and I'm gonna be telling all the
I
reasons
feel dead
why.
inside watching that trailer. LOL.
I'm gonna probably do a CinemaSins-esque parody of why Dawn of the Dead stinks.
I think that film was called Shaun of the Dead.
No, that's a comedy. That was a comedic approach to the zombies.
But it shares this resemblance name.
Yeah, I know. Like at one point, there's like they chained a zombie to a wall or something like that, but they actually trained the zombie to play video games. So like I think I saw that movie because every time the zombie lost, it would just be like, "Arr!" and just like throw the controller away and just be like,
Ooh.
But yeah, whenever the zombie won, it'd be like, "Arr!" or something like that.
Yeah.
And every time he lost, he rage quit. But then he's like, "Arr!" I think at one point they were like throwing records at a zombie, and the zombie was just like, "What?" The Shaun of the Dead, I think, is just a comedic approach to zombies. Like, there's no mutilation or anything. It's like, what if you could befriend a zombie? Is basically, I think, what that was about.
Hey, you might make a powerful ally. That's for certain.
Yeah, why? There can be friendly ghosts.
Zombie chow.
Well, here's
Like
the thing.
Casper.
Yeah, well, there's friendly ghosts, and sometimes Frankenstein can be a friend. Why the heck can't you have zombies that be friendly? They'll attack other zombies. But no, it's basically they're an end of the world thing, and you have to shoot them.
We're all cursed. We are all screwed.
It's like, well, if the zombies show up in Texas or Afghanistan, they're just gonna get their asses handed to them. It's like, oh, look, a zombie, dead.
Just like zombie walks up on someone's property, dead.
It'd be more like if the zombie.
Rednecks.
Yeah, a zombie shows up on a redneck's porch in Texas, and they're like, "Get off my property, you son of a bitch!" Shoots him with a shotgun.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you can tell I'm gonna love ripping into Dawn of the Dead. The original was good. The remake absolutely sucks.
Get off my property, you son of a bitch!
Anyway, I hope you guys can join. If not, it's okay.
Right,
I'm in
cool.
G5 though, and I'm joined by these two schmucks once again. But yeah, it's good to have these guys around. I'm in G5, that's Tweetsy12, and that's MT150. Stay healthy, everybody, and see you tomorrow, and I will be ripping Dawn of the Dead a new undead head.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
dearest peoples.
And it's just me again. So yeah, sorry that took over 80 minutes. I guess we got a little carried away, but then again, it is fun to talk about all this stuff. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about Dawn of the Dead, the 2004 remake, and why it absolutely sucks. It goes back to day 3 when I was talking about how cliched the zombie is these days. So, you know, same principles apply. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully it won't be as long as this one. Granted, we did talk about, like, a couple of different attractions and all that, so yeah. Stay healthy, everyone, and once again, the whole disclaimer bit, all those clips that I showed were for entertainment purposes only. Have a good one. Stay healthy.